and welcome back to the Real Sisters Real Estate Podcast. This is Chrissy Curtis, and I'm with the Bob and Rana Group, Berkshire Hathaway. And as always, I'm with Jules.
I'm with Century 21 Jackson Hole. Things are good. Summertime is here, or at least our spring market is here, and I am just slammed to the bejesus, and I know you are too.
We are. I am slammed. As soon as I am done this, I am out the door. I'm in a long dress, ready for settlement. And I was surprised to see you in a tank top. So that makes me happy. That means it's getting warm.
Exactly. Yes, yes. Finally, good weather is here. It's been like in the 70s, which is really fantastic. So we are happy, although it's pretty pale.
Well, you're headed to Florida next, right?
I am, and I'm sure I will just burn to a crisp. It's supposed to be 85 and like 100% humidity, so us Wyomingites will melt.
Yeah, you're gonna melt. You're gonna turn into a little mint jelly puddle. But it'll be fun and it'll be
It
nice.
will be, it will be. We're headed to Melbourne, which I have not been since I was a child. Our grandfather lived down
Yeah.
there when we were little, and we spent a lot of time down there. So it'll be fun. We're gonna take the kids to Ron John Surf Shop and do Cocoa Beach, and it's gonna be a good time.
Always fun. Love that area of Florida. Always fun. All right, you wanna go ahead and get into it?
Sure. Let's get into our Tibor market update. We have a current days on market for our residential of 134. No change from last week. And our building sites is now 202 days on market. So continuing to tick down by 1 day there. We have active listings of 1,221. We have 70 new listings, 28 went pending, and 19 sold. So another large week for inventory jumps, and we are feeling it.
Good. That's a
It
good thing.
is. I wish we were seeing a difference. We're seeing multiple offers and things like that. So it's a tough world out there. I didn't think we were going to be back, but here we are.
I was gonna say, I feel like someone told you you'd have that. I don't know who. I can't recall.
What's-
Nanny, nanny, boo,
Hey,
boo.
Chrissy, what's going on in Bmore?
Just a couple I told you so's. Other than that, not much. Current days on market actually went up 1 day and nothing too catastrophic there. Although we've been at 16 forever, we're now at 17. Active units were actually down 614, but then we're up for pending. So that makes sense, if you look at it that way. And then closed last week from last year, we're still down from year over year as we have been. National numbers, when I looked at the interest rate yesterday, it was at 7.05, holding steady. I was telling my client yesterday, I was waiting for an appraiser with my seller and was telling him about how the FHA rates are lower than the conventional. And he just was mind blown. He's old school and hilarious. But he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, like these guys are FHA, but they're putting, plenty down." And he's like, I said, "It's just a better rate." And he's just flabbergasted. But that's the way it is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people are going FHA if they can, VA if you qualify for VA, and I have a little tidbit about the VA here coming up in just a second. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, FHA, it is a little harder. You got to have a good condition of a house to qualify for the FHA, but a very good option. And even around here, I was talking with somebody who was a previous loan officer. He does not do loan officing anymore. But he was saying USDA, zero down, great rates. If you can qualify around here, is definitely very rural. So some of those qualify for that as well. So talk with your lender.
Well, do you ever use the USDA map? Because you can plug in the address and see if it
Mm-hmm.
qualifies.
Yep. It's a great little tool there on the
Yeah.
website. And
Yeah.
yeah, if it does qualify, I mean, definitely you can get some good rates there.
Yeah, absolutely. You just have to build in a little bit more time because it's a government funded loan. So it just takes a little bit longer. I've had a couple nightmares with timeline wise, but other than that, great product to utilize. You want to get into your news from the big dogs about the
Absolutely.
VA?
So, if you have not seen already, and I'm sure most lenders sent this out, but we'll go ahead and reiterate. The VA is to roll out a temporary fix for buyer commission problems. And we will put the link of this in the comments of our story. The VA has announced this week that they will soon be releasing a fix for the VA law that prohibits VA buyers from paying agent commissions. We can expect the temp fix circular to be issued sometime between now and June 12th. This will be a temporary patch while the VA is working on a permanent fix, but this needs to go through the formal rulemaking process, which I'm sure we can imagine that's going to take a while. As the current law stands, the VA benefactor, quote, may not under any circumstances be charged a brokerage fee or commission in connected with the services of such individuals. Anybody who's done any type of VA, we all know this. But this is a problem because of the new NAR settlement coming down. So, in a letter from NAR to the VA, they expressed that the VA borrowers would be negatively impacted by the new decoupling rule. NAR is applauding the VA for acting swiftly. So, great news there. To be able to, for our VAs, has been one of the very large concerns. As soon as this settlement came down, everyone immediately asked, "What about VA?" And great for them for acting quickly. And good news. Hopefully, we have something permanent soon.
Yeah, yep. We need a fix for our VA. We need it quickly, and especially in this area, we have a lot of military folks. So definitely want to be able to utilize that, but also pay pay your agents that are helping you along the way. Because everyone that works with VA knows that the VA loan is not the easiest as far as appraisals and all of that jazz. But great news. I am happy that they were very proactive very quickly, which is not something we see all the time. My news is not as financial and necessary. Mine's more about gardening.
Let's go gardening. Hey, our gardens are just
Let's go gardening.
coming on. I mean, the snow just barely came off. So
So it's got plenty of water and nutrients. It's fine. So the Chelsea Flower Show in London was in full of inspiring ideas for outdoor spaces. I bullet in mine too, so I'm going to roll through real quick. Growing plants for health. Plants for gut health and dermatological conditions. I had to say that word a couple times. So different plants that are doing more for health benefits, not just your normal herbs or pot. Gardens that can cope with climate change, for slowing the flow of water, capturing it, and storing it for future use. Spaces that bring us together at a friendship bench or a community space. It depends on how big your garden is. Gardens for recovery and well being, a place of solace and sanctuary during moments of mental and physical stress. It was talking about a lot of like draping greeneries. So you're just kind of, the light shines through it and it just, creates a very nice, peaceful place. Calm colors with joyful accents, plenty of green foliage alongside cool blues, mauves, and creamy whites, pinks and purple, and then pale blue irises. Urban gardening. They took a skateboard park and did gardening all around it. So you're skating through essentially a big garden. It was really cool looking, but just turning those urban spaces into a garden, adding more greenery and foliage. Accessible gardening, so adding winding paths and seating area for wheelchair access. Oh, that's kind of a no-brainer. And then wood and craftsmanship. So natural materials were favored over concrete and plastic. So wood in particular popped up everywhere for the furniture and then for structures. So that kind of goes along with a couple other different things I've read in the past, but I just thought it was fun. I love gardening. So if I had a huge yard, I would have it all landscaped like that lady that you said it was terrible and I would love it.
hers is very pretty. I don't know that I would want to take care of
Right.
it. I think that's where the line comes. But yes, I agree. I absolutely love flowers. I loved to sit in my front yard as everything's in bloom and it's always nice and shady and it's a little bit cooler there on the east side. So, yeah, and just it just makes you happy, right? I just love it.
It does. It does. I know it's funny because I've always wanted a bench in a particular part of our front yard, and I think it's time to just go ahead and go for it because it's just nice to hang out, you know?
Exactly, exactly, and I have even like, I do English lavender, and then I take it and make my own body scrubs and things like that, so, yeah, love that. Good article.
Look at you, you little
Yeah, right?
Etsy girl. Side hustle.
When real estate doesn't work out.
Right? Which unfortunately in our world sometimes is more often than not. God damn it. All right, you wanna get into
Let's
what
do.
would you do?
What do you have for us to this week?
I have a kind of a crazy story. This comes from Scotty Sellers from Compass in Ashburn, Virginia. So, next state over. My buyer and I were touring a property in an upscale golf community. And while we were on the back deck, we saw police cars and officers with their guns drawn. They were pointing their weapons towards a nearby home, and out of the house came a man with a gun. A
Holy shit.
shootout ensued. I know, right? My client and I hit the ground watching in disbelief. The police shot and killed the man, and the whole incident was over in minutes. Days later, to my shock, my client said she wanted to submit an offer. She hasn't she hasn't mentioned any more scary incidents since. It's like, holy
Wow.
shit.
She still submitted an offer, like, damn, that is that must be a neighborhood that is just really sought after.
It's really popping off.
Wow.
I thought that was
That's crazy.
crazy.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Holy shit. They shot him dead. I mean, he needed to be is from the sounds of it, but geez, oh flip. How
Wow.
scary.
That's crazy story, Chrissy.
I thought so too. I was thinking about it and I was like, I was showing a house on the Eastern Shore and they had like a Rotary Club, I guess, or something like that behind one of the houses. And they were shooting guns, but they were
Mhm.
shooting like the clay pigeons. But at first I was kind of startled, but my client is a avid hunter and he was like, "Oh no, they're just," he told me what they were doing and I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "This doesn't bother you?"
There you
Not
go.
at all. I said, "Okay. There we go." They didn't end up purchasing it,
Wow.
but no one was shot dead besides a clay
That
pigeon.
is yeah, man. I don't know that any uh, I mean, good kudos to her to, like, just be like, "Ah, it's fine. Let's just go ahead."
Yeah, that was a one-off.
Damn.
Yeah, she must like to golf. There you
I
go.
mean, I love to golf too, so maybe, who knows?
Maybe. Maybe get it at a discount.
No. No, you won't.
No. No, you don't. All right, well, after that crazy story, you wanna get into, the reality show breakdown, which is more
Oh,
crazy
boy.
drama
So we
stories?
watched Selling Sunset, season 7, episode 3, House of Horrors, and I am very pleased the way that these episodes are so aptly named with how I'm feeling as I'm watching this. This is a House of Horrors.
Yes.
Oh boy. I mean, it's just I walked away a couple times and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have to watch this." And I kept, I kept having to like, "Oh yeah, Julie, you have to watch this." There was a few real estate things, the price reduction talk. Wow. Damn.
Yes.
Like he was like,
That's a
get it
huge
or we cut
reduction.
it." Like, no
I know.
no messing around on him. Have you ever done anything like that?
Yes, not to that extent of 6,000,000, but yes, we've had times where with my old team, you just have to make a decision because it just sits on your books and you're just wasting
Mhm.
money with marketing. So, if they're not gonna listen to your advice when you know where it needs to be in order to get it done, then you have to cut your losses, unfortunately. Otherwise, you just keep sinking money into it, and then the client gets more angry as it goes. So, yeah, not 6,000,000.
Wow.
That's a huge ask.
Yes, that is a huge, huge ass cut. But it's where it needs to be, and I think he was right. He was like, the mansion tax, you got this, you got that going on. So he seems to know what he's doing, in spite all of the chaos that ensues around him. And then the other part, real estate part, I only picked out of there was the opening another brokerage in a down market. Very risky, I feel like.
So, yes, but also sometimes successful people, when everyone is cutting back, they
Mhm.
push forward. They take advantage of everyone else cutting back and scoop up what is there. And that way, when the market comes back, as we all know it will, it might take a little bit of time, but it'll come back. So when the market comes back, you are ready to rock and you are just grabbing everything that is out there. So
Mhm.
expensive move, it sounds like, but good for him, and I would imagine that this show does
Oh,
help
yeah.
bring in clients. I mean, Nikki
Glacier,
Glazer,
which
is that her
she was
name?
hilarious.
Gla She's hilarious. I have not watched her on the roast of Tom Brady, but I have listened to her on the only other podcast that I listen to, and, she's hilarious.
Yeah, I was cracking up when she was busting his balls. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
don't wanna
very much so.
you don't wanna
Dating a
have
baby.
children, but you're gonna date a child? Like, damn.
She went right in like, boom,
Yeah.
go to after it.
Right
It
for
was
the
hilarious.
jugular. And then the only other thing I could pull out from the
Yeah.
show is, do they not know what nipple pads are? All of them walk around, their, like, nipples are always, like, hard and hanging out. I'm like, "Put on a damn nipple pad. It's gross. It's grossing me out. I don't wanna watch this show anymore. Let's be done."
Let's be done. I'm done with it as well. I don't think I noticed the nipples, but if I ever rewatch,
Mm,
I will be
yeah.
staring at them. Um, I will say that, they all have fantastic figures, so I can see why they dress the way that they do, but, no, it's too much, and the rest of it is just horrible drama, and I can't.
No, I can't. I don't even wanna go into it because it's just I just don't even care.
Nope. Nope, me either. Not at all. It's all just dumb drama that is so stupid. So I say we, go ahead and get into
Let's
the
do
listing of the
it.
week. So I've got a house that you might recognize. Take a look. What do you think?
I think I may recognize it from a childhood movie, perhaps?
Exactly. Want me to give you
Sure.
a hint? Kevin!
Oh, yes. Well, there's no snow on it. Of course, it's Home Alone.
I know. Yes, of course. So the beautiful Georgian residents of Home Alone brings forward a rare opportunity to own one of the most iconic movie residents in American pop culture. This listing is brought to us by Catherine Moore from Coldwell Banker Realty. It is listed at 5,250,000. It has 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, 9,126 square feet, and sits on just a little bit more than a half an acre. So it's fully renovated and expanded in 2018. The current owners took the utmost care in maintaining the architectural detail and integrity of the home's most memorable and recognizable spaces. So let's take a peek,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's so iconic. I just wanna
right?
see Joe Pesci with his gold tooth smile right here as the cop. It's the best.
Right? Absolutely. Maybe a tarantula crawling around.
Yeah, the tarantula.
But I will say, thank goodness thank goodness the red carpet is gone. It looks so much better. I mean, it was beautiful back then, but, how many years ago? It's absolutely gorgeous now, nice and modern and sleek.
I don't recall this room.
I don't think the dining room was ever part of the movie. I could be wrong, but I don't recall it because I thought when they were eating pizza before they left for the night before,
They
they were in the
were in the
kitchen.
kitchen, you're right. Oh, wow, this is so beautiful. They really did a great job of remodeling this. This is really pretty.
It's very pretty. It's very stark and kind of basic, but that's what you need when you're, for a listing right now.
Even your pop of color is
Yeah, it's just navy blue. It's not an
no,
exciting
it's
pop of
really
color,
not.
but it's
Yeah, it's
very
very
pretty.
pretty. Here's the office. Very it's a moody
Mhm.
gray.
moody gray, as we keep seeing, but very nice.
Okay, and it looks like they did a lot to redo the kitchen because the kitchen was quite dated. I mean, the movie came out in what, 94? Something like
Something
that.
like that.
So, desperately needed some updates. Oh, really, really pretty.
Isn't that pretty? So they added the double islands and then obviously, redid all the cabinetry, custom hood, those kinds of things. But very pretty. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's funny they have all the potted plants on that one island, but
All the little pom-pom plants are just on one. It's like, you could just,
yeah,
you know, dot those around
right.
somewhere.
You would think. Fail on the stager's part there, but everything else is very pretty.
It's gorgeous. Why don't they have Home Alone on the TV? Come on, this is a fail. Oh,
Wait,
sorry.
you're
I'm
you're
jumping.
jumping the gun.
My
You're jumping
bad.
the gun. Culford ceilings, though, obviously have been added. Very, very pretty. I love this shot, how you can see how open it actually is. It's a beautiful shot of the full
Yes, and the
main
plants
level.
make more sense in this angle than they do in the other.
They do. They still kinda look
They
funny, but they do look
are a little
better.
funny. They also look better here.
Yeah,
Also, come on, like, every TV should
they
have
do.
Home Alone on it. Come on, Chrissy. This is a staging fail between the plants and the non-TV. More TVs that don't have Home Alone. They lost an opportunity here.
I know. They coulda had Kevin jumping
They
on the bed
coulda.
right there.
Uh, I think I saw that they were making a new Home Alone where Kevin's the adult this time. I don't know about it. We'll see. I saw a trailer. Pretty bathroom here,
Very pretty.
and that's all the bathroom you get.
That's all the bathroom you get. There was another shot, but it was basically the same exact thing, and I was like, "Well, that's dumb." Basement, and if you remember in the movie, it was a creepy basement with the, uh, furnace.
That's right. So they finished it all. That's right.
Mhm. Can you tell Home Alone is on my household TV around Christmas time fairly often? It's one of my husband's favorites.
It's one of Ella's favorites. We do watch it a lot, but I guess I don't pay that close of attention to it. But yeah, you're right. The whole basement is finished.
Yeah,
And where did this come from? I don't remember a basketball court
yeah.
being in the movie.
No, it definitely was not. I wanna say that this is part of the addition because let me look for a minute because they expanded on the house. So I assume that this is, but this is a full court basketball. No, not full court. They said like the full. God, I'm so
Half
terrible with
court?
basketball. I know nothing about it. Like 3-point line, and I guess it's a half court, but like the 3-point or like the free throw line is an actual, up to NBA
Oh,
standards or something like that. Again, I don't know
okay.
basketball.
There. Well,
Yeah.
finally, you have one
There you go.
poster, but it could have been on the big screen as well. I like the little Kevin Lego.
It could have been. Yeah, I thought he was cute too. I thought he was cute too. But yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay,
Right
there's
there,
some
there it
reference to
is.
Home Alone." Now
This
this
is
is
really gorgeous.
beautiful.
I really like the brick. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty, and this is, like, something that's more traditional than the rest of the house, and it brings a little bit of character to the house. Not that the house isn't gorgeous, but it doesn't have a whole lot of character in my opinion. Your Culford ceilings are, pretty standard in a house of
Right,
this
right.
magnitude.
I like that it just breaks it up a little bit. A nice touch there.
I think the only thing that I didn't see was the attic space. I really wanted to see the attic
Right.
space, where he's sitting upstairs by himself. In the description, it said something about the attic space being converted to a junior primary suite with doubles, but and then it has the treetop escape, but they didn't have
Mm,
any photos of it that I could
lame.
tell.
Oh well. Well, still fun.
I know,
That's
very lame.
fun listing. Yeah. Family favorite movie on that one around the holidays for sure. All of them. At least 1 and 2. I don't remember
Same
watching
here.
the 3rd so much, but Ella like has it on repeat. She loves that movie. So,
Yeah, so does CJ. So they have the same taste.
oh no, are we going to be watching Home Alone in in the middle of summer in Texas?
It's possible. Christmas in July with the AC on.
Well,
Yeah, that's fine. You wanna get into the tip of the week?
sure. So, my tip of the week,
What
I
do you got?
had a horrible, horrible day yesterday. And yesterday, my tip of the week was going to be just simply don't be a real estate agent. But then I pulled my head out of my butt and I decided to
It
come up
happens.
with learn where you need to be aggressive and where you need to dip. So, right now, changing market, multiple offers on some lower end stuff in my area. I it's just it seems like that the lots right now and anything 500 and under is just flying. 800 and up is just really there's nothing moving in the 1,800,000 and up really range. So learn where to be aggressive and learn where to kind of give, good to know for your buyers and sellers, like, hey, your price point here we're going to have to give, your price point down here, guess what, we're in multiple offers and here we are.
Absolutely. So, like, I was just with buyers yesterday, and the house didn't have multiple it didn't have any offers on it yet, and I was you don't wanna be too pushy. It's a big decision, but I also was telling them we wanna make sure we put it if you are interested, you need to make sure you put an offer in before we do a price drop. Once they do a price
It's
drop,
over.
then there's a chance that they're gonna yeah, yeah, exactly. Then you could be in a bidding war and be right back up to the original price that it was listed at. Um, yes, very good tip. Very good tip. And it's just a matter of doing your research and knowing what's going on with that
Hmm.
particular property. I don't really have a tip today. I mean, I met the appraiser yesterday and I was, out there talking to him, gave him my comps and just made, and then the only thing that I would say is make sure that before they leave, you ask if there's any repairs that need to be done so that you can kind of get a jump on it. Not really a tip, just, just something that I practice. But yeah, I don't really have anything this week. I've been swamped and trying to think of something and no, I got nothing.
Well, hey, there you are. Well, there we have it. Well, I think that wraps up our show for this week. And as a matter of fact, I think that wraps up our season. With us being ridiculously swamped, we are going to take a few weeks off and just kind of focus on our actual jobs.
The ones that make
It's
money.
important. It's important. So we are gonna take a break and it works out
Yes.
perfect. Maybe when we come back, $1,000,000 Listing will be back on because I can't go back to the selling sunset. It's just too horrible. So yeah. But feel free to write us in anything at realsistersrealestate@gmail.com. And we will see you guys. We'll maybe do a special episode when we're in Texas. Or we could just
Yeah. And then I'll be putting stuff on the socials. So, and when we come back,
Yeah, or we could just sit and have girl talk with cocktails in Texas.
that sounds fun too. Might be more entertaining.
Well, you never know. Never know. All right. Well, yeah, we will catch you guys in a few weeks and
Sound.
all right, bye.